friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited today because we are flying from Singapore to Taipei and from Taipei to Seattle on STARLUX business class. So I thought I'd take you along. So I flew STARLUX for the very first time to my bachelorette from Seattle to Taiwan, and I was flying in economy and I had such a good experience even in economy. My friend flew premium and also had a great experience, and so I'm honestly just really excited. It's a really new airline. We have really good customer service. It's Taiwanese, so that's a plus. I'm taking 2 flights with the layover in between, going from Singapore to Taipei and then from Taipei to Seattle. The first plane that we're taking is the A330. STARLUX currently has this super cute collab with Snoopy, so everything from their welcome screen to their boarding pass to their drink holders, all are Snoopy themed. There are definitely times where I've sat in business class but felt like it didn't feel that much different than an economy seat, but this one definitely felt private, elevated, despite it being a smaller plane. And because this is a newer airline, everything is fresh, everything is new, and overall it just feels very clean. This compartment that you open actually reminded me a lot of EVA Airlines. There is a mirror inside, as well as noise-canceling headphones, as well as a bottle of water. You can stow away any of the items that you need by your seat in this compartment before takeoff. First thing they start you off with is always a warm towel, and now let's look through the goodies. We have a pair of slippers. This flight is only 4 hours and 50 minutes, but slippers are always a good idea. I started the flight off with a citrus juice blend and noticed that there was actually a wireless charger on the armrest. I guess it's not really an armrest, but more of a table. And I can confirm this does in fact work. There was plenty of legroom, very spacious, and then we took off. Now, given that this is a Taiwanese airline, it makes sense that they have specialty boba on board. When I saw it on the menu, I was like, okay, absolutely, I have to try that. This wasn't just any boba, in fact, it was brown sugar boba. My expectations were very high, and as someone who doesn't particularly enjoy boba, I have to say this was very good. It had a strong tea flavor. The brown sugar was sweet, but not too sweet. When it came to the boba, it was not bad, but definitely didn't taste like the freshest pearls, which I think is to be expected on a flight. After reaching altitude, the first thing they do is serve you food. For our appetizer, we had this cute little rice cracker snack, as well as this chicken meatball. One thing about me is that when I'm on a business class flight, I will eat because I'm there to enjoy myself. I want to try everything. These rice crackers were definitely way better than the normal nuts that you get on an airline, and I actually really enjoyed that they were jumbo size instead of the regular small rice crackers. The chicken meatball was a cool dish. It was good, but I don't think it was anything too special. Make sure you pre-order your meals on STARLUX because there's definitely more options online. I ended up ordering the songfa bakute, which was available because I was flying out of Singapore. I've had the actual songfa bakute, and I have to say the one on the plane tasted exactly the same. Bakute is essentially a flavorful pork rib soup, and the name quite literally means meat bone tea. The pork ribs are simmered in a broth of herbs and spices for hours, and it's typically served with rice, youtiao, and a dipping sauce of soy sauce or chili. The meat was super tender and came right off the bone, and the soup was very flavorful. I ended up finishing this whole meal. There is complimentary Wi-Fi when you fly business. You just have to enter your last name and your seat number. It was surprisingly fast. I was able to watch TikToks and get all of my work done. For dessert, we had a fresh plate of fruits and cheese, and then on the side we had a version of douhua with some peanut brittle. I was so intrigued by the way that this cheese was rolled up, but it was actually very delicious, and the fig peach jam that they had for the crackers was actually one of my favorites. Hot tropical places are really known to have good fruit, and these fruits did not disappoint. The pineapple was super fresh, and the dragon fruit, if you've never had dragon fruit in Asia, you wouldn't understand just how sweet these are. I was only in Singapore for 3 days, and I slept for very little of it, so even though this is a short flight, I ended up actually knocking out. The bed did in fact lie completely flat, and I asked them for an eye mask. Look at this super cute design on it, and I passed out right away. Alright besties, we have landed in Taipei. I somehow got off the plane really fast and no one else is here. The flight boards in 30 minutes, so we don't have too much time. I'm a little scared that my luggage isn't gonna make it with me. I'm excited. We're in Taiwan, so hopefully I can do more shopping and get some pineapple cakes, but I honestly don't know if we have that much time. Welcome to Taipei! Okay, are you freaking kidding me? They have pineapple cakes, which of course I was able to get some. Look how cute this little bag is. It has Taipei 101 on it. And then on this side, you have the really famous Yuanshan Fan Dian. And then the lanterns. I'm obsessed with this little bag. I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. I like to go to the gate and just make sure that it exists before I continue to do more shopping. I really wanted to go to Miu Miu, but I don't think it is in this terminal. When I was in Singapore, I also was not in the section where I really wanted to see the stores, so that was a little unfortunate, but it's okay. I forgot to give you guys an update while I was on flight, but I basically just slept the rest of it. Look how cool these gates are, by the way, in Taiwan. A lot of them have cool themes. There's a Hello Kitty one. Ooh, I think I may have coincidentally found the lounge. Maybe let's try it and see. Oh my god, you guys, this is the cutest lounge ever. Look, I have little walkers that are so themed. Look at that. You can't tell me that's not the cutest thing ever. So you can store your luggage if you don't want to hold on to it. And then over here we have buffet style. Look at those desserts. Oh my god, these look so good. Like little savory tart. Wow, there's a hot dog station that looks so epic. And then over here it looks like there is beef balls and dim sum. Ooh, yum. My god, that looks really good. And then over here they have veggie juice. You have, I don't even know what that is. Oh my god, there's Pocari Sweat. Kevin would literally die for this. And then they also have Calpeace water. And then regular American stuff.
We're literally supposed to be boarding in 10 minutes, so we don't have time to order food, but they do have a QR where you can order whatever you want. So the first thing you do is put in all of these things. Are you kidding me? Cheers. That was good. Life was good.
Okay, well, that was honestly really fun. I used to get really nervous traveling and just sit at my gate, and now I'm pretty much just exploring until the time it is when it's time to actually board, you know? Like, I feel like I deprived myself of a lot of life adventures because I was so nervous, and now I'm just like, you know what? It's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be fine. I have 10 minutes until I board. I'm practically on the other side, and so we have a little bit of walking to do, but free exercise. For our second flight, we are flying from Taipei to Seattle on the A350. This flight is usually around 10 to 11 hours. Unlike the last flight, the business class seats were facing away from each other, which I really liked. This means that even when your doors are open, you really don't see the other passengers at all. Let's unbox the amenity kit together. This is from a brand called 3, and inside you have a moisturizer, a lip balm, and then an oil. We also have a dental kit, a double-sided comb, an eye mask, and a pair of starry socks. I actually did end up taking this amenity kit home because it was soft-shelled and really easy and packable. They also provided a pair of pajamas, which included a long-sleeve shirt as well as some pants. The customer service on both of these flights were A+. In general, Asian airlines have very good customer service, and they really go above and beyond to make sure that you have a good experience. I previously had flown STARLUX economy on the way to my bachelorette and had a very similarly pleasant experience. Now, these meals were even fancier than the ones that we had on the last flight. We started off with this delicious scallop salad. Seafood on flights isn't usually my favorite, but these scallops were delicious, they were tender, and they really melted right into my mouth. There was a ciabatta bread and then a flavored garlic bread as well. The butter did come unsalted, so I added my own salt. Next up was this mushroom soup. It was nice and warm and I had a couple of sips. And finally, I ended up ordering a steak. It seemed like the meat was really good quality. My one complaint was that it was cooked to be well done. Now, I totally understand because we're on a flight, and also Asian people tend to prefer their meat more overcooked. Wouldn't be my personal preference, but it still wasn't too bad. For dessert, we had another fruit platter, and then there was purple sticky rice and almond milk. If you're looking for a place to store your phone so that it doesn't fly off while you're taking a nap, this would be the perfect spot. And there's also a spotlight if you're looking to read while other passengers are sleeping. I used to feel like I had to stay awake the entirety of a business class flight to really get my money's worth, but now I realize that the luxury is in being able to sleep. They will set up a mattress cushion on the seat for you and set up your bed, and no joke, I knocked out and woke up another 5 or 6 hours later. By the time I got up, it was time for breakfast. I was watching a Detective Conan movie, which was really fun. It's one of the childhood animes that I watched growing up. I opted for congee, aka Shi Fan, and this is really my comfort meal. Whenever they have this on the menu, I'm always like, yes, please, that one. And then we landed safely back in Seattle. I had an excellent time on STARLUX. I loved how clean and new the planes were. The customer service was top notch. The crew was super friendly. And honestly speaking, this was one of my favorite flights I had ever taken. I'll definitely be looking forward to flying STARLUX again in the future, but I'm super curious if you have already flown STARLUX and what your experience was, or if you'd consider flying them in the future. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you subscribed and stuck around. I will see you guys in the next video.